In spite of how much you plan, and in spite of how much you prepare, that life has a way of interrupting. And there's no accounting for what life dishes out for you. There's only accounting for how you deal with it. I didn't have a game plan, but I always knew that I wanted to be in the game. So I didn't know where I would be at 50. I knew from the beginning at 20 and 25 that my brother was going to seek public office, and I knew that wherever he was going to go, I was going to go with him. We've been best friends my whole life. He told me since I was a little girl that whatever he could do, he said I could do better. So he said, come on, Val, we've got places to go and things to do and people to see, and off we went. And I've managed his campaigns and, for 7 consecutive Senate races and then the 2 bids for the presidency. So I've been with him all along, and it was only after 50 that I started to go on side journeys or adventures of my own. So I got a real job outside the family, and I worked for 20 years with a man named Joe Slade White, who was a political media consultant, and I worked on Democratic campaigns throughout the country with candidates preparing their messaging and strategy. I signed up with Women's Campaign International. What we did is we trained women in emerging democracies how to get a seat at the table, the political table, and it's only when you can sit at the political table can then you dictate your economic freedom and what you can do. And then the John Kennedy Institute at Harvard, and I wrote and taught a course on politics up close and personal. I mean, I went and I gave an address at Harvard, and my opening remark was, my brother's vice president, he was at the time, and my dad and mom were really proud of that, and my dad would say, go champ. But Dad, I'm here addressing the women at Harvard Law School, and my dad would say, that's my girl. Our daughter was the first person we ever knew who went to Harvard, so it was a big deal. If you do the right things at the right time for the right reasons, the real stumbling block is it always doesn't come out the right way that you thought that it should. And life just has a way of unfolding, so you just have to be open. Serendipity plays such a greater role in our lives than we would ever figure. So I got the plan, I've got the purpose, I've got the education, I'm going for this, and then life interrupts. But serendipity is our friend. If you're just open and say, never thought of that. And sometimes we wouldn't get to, never thought of that, unless we got cracked on the head and we were, forced to think, oh, geez. So that's what when I speak to the young students, what's your advice? And I said, be focused, that's great. Educate yourself, be focused, but be open.